The next category is very personal and close to my heart. And it is bullying. And there are 4 questions in this category. And they're all very similar to each other, so I hope I don't jump around too much on them. But the first question is, did you ever bully someone? And I haven't, like, I don't know, directly, I guess, like, did it without being, like, pushed to, I guess, that's what you'd say, but I did exchange nasty comments before, like, I thought to myself, well, if they're going to say this about me, then I'm going to say this about them, you know. I'm going to be honest, I have done that before. I mean, I'm sorry, but I have. Nobody's perfect. But, I do learn to watch what I say now more than ever. Especially that I can see it can hurt so many people, which I'll be going on to in a second. But, when I see the impact on it, I now realize that, why did they say what I did back then? So, I do watch what I say now, but, I have regret. I do regret. But, because I haven't done it, I didn't really do it intentionally, I guess you would say, but, I did do it because I was pushed over the edge, and I realized that if somebody's going to push me over the edge, I just gotta, find a different way to vent, like, vent it to my pillow, or write it down, and not directly vent it to them, because that is going to end up in bullying, and that's not what I want to be. I never wanted to be a bully. Never, ever, ever. The next question is, have you been bullied? Wow. Almost all my friends that are going to be watching this could answer this for me. And the answer is yes. I don't think anybody has not been bullied or been a bully. If you have never been bullied, good for you. That is awesome. But I'm pretty sure 99% of you have. And when you are, you feel like you're alone. But honestly, remember, everybody that's doing the strength in numbers tag, I have to say that I believe I've heard, when I watched like 8 videos, I believe I heard every single one of them say, yes, I've been bullied up to some extent in my life. So you're not alone. You're not going through a bullying situation alone. You have these people out in the world, and you even have your social people, I don't know, but you have people around you who have been bullied. If they're bullying you, there has been one point in their life that they probably have been bullied as well. And, you know, when you are being bullied, sometimes, like I said in the last question, you get pushed over the edge, and people gotta watch what they say, because that's like what I said. I gotta watch what I say, because you could push somebody over the edge. You never know what could happen. You could lead them to a suicide. You could lead them to becoming depressed, or, you know, them hating you for the rest of your life, which isn't so bad, but like a suicide, or making them all depressed, or something different. So you definitely don't want to bully someone and then push them over the edge. When I see other people being bullied, I do admit sometimes I become a coward and I don't stand up for them. But I am not like on the bullied side, but I'm not really on their side. I'm like doing nothing. I'm a stand-byer. And sometimes I feel bad about it, because I'm like, I could have helped prevent this. I could have helped, done something to make the situation better, but I didn't. So I definitely, I'm trying to become better at that. Trying to become better at standing up for people when they're being bullied, because I have been bullied, I've been there, and I don't want them to feel the same way I did. So, which leads me to the next question. Whether you were bullying or being bullied, how did it make you feel? When I was being bullied, the first time I've ever been bullied, which was when I was very young. I was bullied ever since I was very young. to even now when I'm going to 8th grade. The very first time I was being bullied, I didn't know what to do. I felt so alone, so helpless, like nobody cared about me, like the whole world turned against me, like everybody hated me. But especially with when I switched in 4th grade to the public school, I definitely started surrounding myself with friends that would support me and that would be there for me and that would make me feel good about myself. And I definitely feel like that helped with the bullying. It helped me kind of, because they would always tell me, you're strong, you can do this. And I definitely felt like with encouragement and with just having my friends there, it definitely made it a lot, I don't know, easier to be bullied. I don't know, does that make any sense? But, you know, you feel worthless. You feel like you're, worth nothing. So, honestly, there's a saying, I wrote it down. Say a girl is pretty, she'll remember it for a day. Call a girl ugly, she'll remember it for the rest of her life. So we tend to remember more of the nasty comments that people say than we do the positive. Because I know somebody would say something super positive about me, like in maybe first hour, but then come second hour, I would get teased or I'd get bullied and someone would say something nasty about me. Is that right? I said, someone said something positive about me in first hour, but somebody said something nasty about me in second hour. I would more remember the nasty comment that was said in second hour at the end of the day than I would the positive comment, which, I don't know. I just feel like I should start trying to remember more of the positive comments, because the negative comments have like no meaning behind them. They're just said to be said and to be mean. There's like no real meaning behind them. When I was being bullied, I felt like that if you're bullying somebody, you may not realize it right away. You may at first think, oh, I'm making somebody else feel as bad as I do. I feel really proud. Reality, you're going to feel crappy at the end of the day. You're going to have this, like, sucker punch feeling, and it's one of the worst feelings you could ever have. It's worse than being sick. And I do end up, like, trying to make amends with them the next day, because I realize that I have said a few things that could have hurt them, and I need to make it up to them. And to all those who I've said nasty comments to, I'm sorry. I have had a reality check, and I really want to make amends with you starting this new year. The next question is, how do you deal with bullying? The first way I deal with it many ways depending on how bad it is, but sorry. The first way is I stay positive. If they say something like, I haven't really tried this technique, but I realized that it could help me. If they say something mean about me, I counterattack it with to myself, saying a compliment. Like if they say you're fat, I would say, no, you're just the right size. Or if they say you're ugly, I'd say, I feel very pretty today. Or something like that. I would I would fight it, I guess, and so it'd be like a negative going with a negative, like, magnets. So the one positive side would be more dominant and push the other one away. So it's like a positive side of a magnet would come. That'd be like the mean comment that's what it said. Then another positive magnet would come and say something that will counter and, like, I don't know, counterforce it, I guess, I don't know, and push the other magnet away. That's kind of what I would do. So I do recommend trying that. So it definitely will help you. I would just be the better person. I would in some incidents this past year, I did lash back with words. But I realized it won't get you anywhere, because you have somebody saying something mean about you, and then you say something mean about them, and they say something mean about you, and then you say another thing mean about them, and you just keep going back and forth till you get this fire. It's like you have a small fire, right? Then you keep adding and adding and adding and adding and adding and adding driftwood until you got this huge fire that is out of your control. You don't want to end up having a situation where it's out of your control. You do, though, need to find it for yourself, because if it's your life on the line, your life is not worth not doing anything about it. If they say, oh, well, guess what? You're nasty, you're ugly, I hate the things you're saying about me, so meet me back at the gym, 3 o'clock sharp or else. You definitely do want to get to the incident. If it gets to the point where you have to tell a teacher, go tell them. If your life is on the line, go tell the teacher, because it's not worth not doing anything, because it's worth getting them in trouble and you being alive than them getting away, walking away scotch-free, and you being either injured or dead. Okay? Like I said before, I'm definitely going to try and be better at this year, but if someone was being bullied, I would do nothing. I wouldn't interfere. Excuse me, sorry. Like I was saying, my phone went off. If someone was being bullied, I wouldn't interfere, but I wouldn't be on the bully side either. I would just stand there and I would watch it and I wouldn't do anything. And I've definitely been getting better at that, because I realized that I didn't want that person to feel the same hurt and the same, like, aloneness that I felt that I would feel when I was being bullied. And so I'm definitely going to try and be better at that this year. If I know someone's being bullied, either online or physically or whatever, I will do something and I will try and step in and help them. I mean, it could get me not haters, it could get me more people that wouldn't be on my side, but you know what? If that one person would be on my side and I have like 50 people against me because I stood up for that one person, I would rather stand up for that one person, but make that 50, 51. The next thing is I would just let it go over my head. It's just words. Over my head, in one ear, out the other. You're ugly. In one ear, out the other. You're fat. Over my head. Okay? I mean, it did hurt me, but I just realized that they're just words. They're not going to impact you unless they're life-threatening. So, let it go over my head. And definitely, like I said before, if it's life-threatening, don't let it go over your head and don't let it go in one ear, out the other. Go get an adult.